This is James Mathers for the Digital Cinema Society at NAB 2024. I'm here with Marc Shipman-Mueller at the ARRI booth. He's going to tell us about the new ARRI Multicam System.
Hi James, pleasure as always. So yes, we're introducing the Alexa 35 Live Multicam System, and what we've seen is the market for the use of cine cameras in live production has grown in the last years quite a bit. In fact, some of my old buddies I'm meeting here at the show are now working in live production, which is amazing. So we at ARRI, we've had some experience in this with the ARRI Live. We've done some big concerts, Adele, Ed Sheeran, Coldplay, so we have some experience, and we learned what people want, what the ARRI Live system doesn't have. And so we put all that into the new system. The new system, it's a big commitment from ARRI to work in live production, and the new system consists of 5 components. There's the camera, the fiber camera adapter, fiber base station, the remote control panel, and the accessories. And I'll run you through each one of those. We'll start with the camera. Camera is essentially the same hardware as the Alexa 35. So we have one right here. Exactly the same hardware, so the same lens mount. You can switch between B4, EF, PL, and LPL. Even though the camera comes with a PL mount with a ARRI connector, there are some things we've taken out via software that you don't need in live production. So you don't have an anamorphic D-squeeze, the camera goes to 60 frames a second instead of 120, and you cannot record ARRI RAW. But you can record ProRes, you can record in camera while you're doing your live production. The camera also has the built-in lookup tables. Camera has the ARRI look library and of course the ARRI textures. And there's some special 3D LUTs in there for live production and some special ARRI textures for live production. Now the camera can be used on its own. I can detach it from the fiber camera adapter, which is very useful. And you can then put a wireless device on the back with Ethernet, and then you can also remotely control the camera and still do shading like you would with a regular multicam system. On the back of the camera we have the fiber camera adapter here. On the side there's a display that shows you the status of the fiber connection and the camera ID, and you can also do local diagnostics here. If you want to do troubleshooting, you don't have to run to the control room, you can do it all right here at the camera. On the back of the fiber camera adapter, all the controls the camera operator wants. You have 4 channels of intercom, you have your return in, all the stuff. Below that are all the interfaces, all the connectors, including audio, analog, digital, 48-volt phantom power. There's video in, out, there's return video, there's your tracker, all the standard stuff. And then there's some non-standard stuff. So now we can actually grab the camera. So here are all our controls. Here we have the connectors, and there's one connector that's unusual, which is this. That's an extra fiber tunnel. So if you have, for instance, a PTZ camera that you want to attach right next to this camera here, you can feed that into this fiber connector here, and then it goes out to the 7311 cable to the base station. Very, very convenient. Similarly, there's an Ethernet tunnel here, and the whole system also has a lot more power than most of the other systems. This can deliver up to 400 watts of power at the camera head here. If you're running the 7311 cable, you can go up to 2 kilometers. And then if you put an adapter on there for tactical fiber, you can go up to 10 kilometers.
Oh, and you had it on Steadicam too.
And we have it on a Steadicam here, actually a Trinity. We have it on a Trinity Live, a special Trinity designed for live production. And of course, as you know, we purchased Clay Packy, which is a company that also does live lighting. So we're really going in that direction as a company. It doesn't mean we're abandoning the movie market. That is still where we grew up, where we live, but we're adding another foot to stand on.
So this is a basic Alexa 35. Really not much different. It's the same camera, but you're just putting the back on it.
Exactly, that's true. The only difference in terms of the hardware is the live sticker.
So it's moving around on a Trinity system.
Yes, you can put it on the Trinity as is, but you can also remove the back and then use a wireless system with an Ethernet connection and put it on any kind of camera stabilizer like the Trinity Live, which is a special Trinity we designed for live production. So we have some other devices for live production, and as you may know, we purchased the company Clay Packy that does lighting for live production as their main business. So we're really moving in that direction. That doesn't mean we're abandoning the movie business. That's where we grew up, that's where we live, but we're adding another leg to stand on.
So the camera's remotely controlled. Can you show us where that happens?
Yes, sure. So let's go over the fiber base station that sits in the engineering room.
So this is a control unit?
Yes, this is the fiber base station. The 7311 cable from the camera connects to this unit. This unit also has a display here in the front where you can see the status of the fiber signal, you can see the camera ID, other troubleshooting information, and you can also see this unit here has 2 redundant power supplies. They're hot swappable, and if one goes down, the other takes over, and you can simply open this up, pull out the broken power supply, put a new one in, and you're ready to go. There's no interruption in the program. The other important stuff is in the back of the unit. So on the back of the unit, you have the dream of a video engineer. You have the 2 redundant power supplies. You have your fiber out from the fiber tunnel. There's the SMPTE 311 cable that comes from the camera. And then here you have 4 return ins, and you have 15 BNC connectors, 15 SDI outputs that can all run at the same time. These come in 3G, 6G, and 12G, and you can output UHD and HD at the same time, and the HD can go in progressive or interlaced. Here you have your GPIO and your tracker connector. That's the same connector here that Sony uses with the same pin assignment, so you can use the same cable. You have your audio in and out right here, and then here we have a SMPTE 2110, which is video over IP, but we're also using standard 2022-7, which means you have 2 2110 networks. It's a redundant network for safety. The receiver will take whichever packet arrives first, and so that gets an extra level of security and safety because the show must go on. So our system is based on the camera access protocol, which is the way our camera communicates with outside devices, and we're very open to work with manufacturers of any remote control panel. Right now we're working with a company called Skaarhoj. They're a Danish company. They were new to America about 4 or 5 years ago. Now they're pretty common. In fact, we were just at Coachella where they used an Alexa 35, and they had 75 of the Skaarhoj RCPs there. So not an unusual item. So here's a Skaarhoj RCP. It's a wonderful way to remotely control the camera, and of course this is how the shader does the live painting, how we adjust the color of the cameras so they match each other and look good. Now you can do all the traditional shading with this, but the cool thing is since the RCP talks camera access protocol, we can also remotely control the camera. So you can start-stop the ISO reel that you would record in the camera, you can control playback, you can choose a look, choose a texture, you can even control the lens. Now, I probably wouldn't pull focus with a remote control panel, but let's say the operator's not on the camera, the engineer, and camera's looking at a chart, the engineer can still pull focus, make sure the chart is in focus. It's a very useful feature.
So it's on a 25 to 1000, they need all the focus help they can get.
Yes, and I personally love this lens. I think, I've always thought there was a boundary where Super 35 cameras couldn't go. And what would happen in these live productions is the Super 35 camera would sit in the front, with a hero shot of where the performer is, and then the 2/3 inch cameras would sit in the back with a long telephoto lens. But with this new 25 to 1000, you can put a Super 35 camera really anywhere, so this is a big enabler for cine Super 35 cameras in live production.
Can you tell us about the other accessories you have working here?
Yes, we're in the lucky position that we have one person that does nothing else but build accessories for ARRI cameras. And that's my colleague Jean-Fré. He's very, very good at what he's doing. And he's designed a bunch of accessories for Alexa 35 Live Multicam. Let's start with the tally light. It's a tally light here with a 16-segment display that shows you when the camera is online and shows you what the camera ID is. We have a new handle for the camera that has a dovetail, so you can slide the monitor yoke on it. Here's the monitor yoke, and then right now we're using our 7-inch camera control monitor, the CCM1. We're working on a 10-inch monitor that has a built-in tally light. That'll come out probably towards the end of the year. Underneath the camera normally sits a new plate. It's called the touchstone system. There's a touchstone base plate and a touchstone receiver plate. I'll show that to you in a second. It's very, very cool. This is one of 2 prototypes we have. It comes apart very easily. And what you have is a very lightweight part that sits on the camera, has a long shoulder pad with a super soft pad. It has a rosette, 15 mil rods, and 2 pins here on the inside that go in the grooves on the receiver. This is the touchstone receiver plate. This is the touchstone base plate. We could develop this with the NFL film together. You gotta get the metaphor there. The beauty of it is self-aligning. So even if the camera's up really high or really low, you simply put this on here, slide it forward, it aligns itself, closes with a very satisfying clank, and then you can take it apart. And when you close this lever here, now it's super solid together. And then we of course have the whole thing mounted in the large lens adapter. There are already some large lens adapters out in the market. We looked at them, we weren't so convinced, so we decided we're going to do something ourselves. And what we've done is an adapter where the lens goes in the front and then the camera goes in the back, but the way the camera attaches allows you to put the camera on in about 30 seconds. The way it works is you put a special plate on the bottom of the camera that determines the height of the camera, and then use the lens mount to adjust the side to side of the camera. Once the lens mount is adjusted, at the bottom something expands and holds the camera in place. And that allows you to work very, very quickly to put the camera on the large lens adapter.
Seems like you've thought of everything.
I would think so, and we've had really positive, huge positive response here at the show. We won the Production Hub Award of Excellence for this production system, and what's more important, we have a lot of requests from the customers. Already some people want to buy them, and the thing that I personally like is these people tend to buy them in 10 or 20 sets, not just 1 or 2 cine cameras. So I think this is a great business for ARRI, and it's really appreciated. Nobody was really going, oh, you shouldn't do this. Everybody was, oh yeah, that makes sense.
So you're bringing motion picture camera quality to multicam.
Exactly. Yes, yes, I think that's important.
Thank you very much, Mark.
You're welcome.